Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Daily's 2A News. Well, it seems like not too many people really care about this topic. It seems like one of those things where if you don't own one, you just kind of walk away from it. But it's extremely important. I want to explain why. Today, we're going to talk about how the bump stock ban, which was actually overturned by a 3-judge panel, it looks like it's up for another fight. It's going en banc to every single judge in the circuit court. So let's talk about it. Now, before we go any further, if you guys haven't already, make sure you go down in that description box, you click the link to the FPC and to the USCCA, and you become members of two very important groups. The FPC, which is going to fight back against stuff like this. They're in court pretty much every single day. These guys have not stopped. They work around the clock to try and maintain, preserve, and get back our constitutionally protected rights, and the USCCA, which is there to protect you should you find the need to protect yourself. Two very important things, so definitely check it out. Let's get started. So the GOA and the FPC have been all over this one, and for a really good reason. It's not just about the bump stock. The bump stock is actually just a small fraction of the overall big picture that we're talking about here. Now, they spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of time in court trying to get the ban overturned, and they did. A 3-judge panel of the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals found that the ban should be overturned. So that was a big win, right? Well, in appeals now, they want an en banc hearing, which means that all of the active judges within the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals are going to come together and look at this case and determine whether the ban should be held up or overturned as a collective. So essentially it's being reheard all over again. Oral arguments are going to be on October 20th. So this is something that's going to be heading down the road, and I've made videos before about how the court system really does take their time on stuff like this. So this is something that's going to be going on. But like I said before, what we're talking about here is just an accessory. It doesn't have a serial number on it. It doesn't meet the definition that the ATF says it does for whatever regulation they want it to fall under, or the NFA or anything like that. And the reason that this is important is because if the ban was held up, that means that future products that have nothing to do with the NFA, that have nothing to do with the ATF as just a simple accessory, those can now be determined as whatever the ATF wants as well. And they can go ahead and start reclassifying all sorts of different things because basically the way was paved through the bump stock ban. So again, it gives precedent to future cases for other things that the ATF wants to regulate. It's not just about the item itself. It's about the principle. It's about the principle of them saying that we don't like that you went around things and you found a way to get a little bit faster by doing it your own way, even though it doesn't necessarily fall under our rules, even though it's completely legal, even though it doesn't do what we say we think it does, even though it doesn't fit the definition at all. We're still going to say that it does, and we're going to try and ban it. That's what's going on here. And so we can't let that stand. That's what we're trying to fight back against. Not the piece of plastic, not the product itself, but the principle of it all. We can't allow the government to come in and say, well, you found a workaround for something, like in California with the fin grips and, the different things that people do in order to keep exactly what they had before, but it's just slightly different because it has a fin on it. That's California. That's ingenuity of the people of California in order to keep the things that they want. That's just simply ingenuity of coming up with a way that's completely legal that doesn't meet the definition of what the government says that it should. So that's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to stop the ingenuity that people have in order to get things that are just more fun. They don't fit the definition. It's not what you say it is. It doesn't do what you say it does, but it's more fun for us. That's it. And they're trying to put a stop to that. So it's a very important case. We're going to be following this one every step of the way, but it's also a very important case that shouldn't be forgotten. So make sure you guys keep track of it as well, because if this, for some reason, does not fall in our way, guarantee a lot of other products are going to fall right behind it. So again, thanks to the FPC, thanks to the GOA for fighting back against this stuff. You guys are awesome. You always do a really good job, and you put in as much work as possible, staying in, working long nights, and trying to preserve our freedom. So thank you guys for that. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.